Hey guys, it's Maris. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. In today's video, it is episode 2 of Indie Horror. So we have 4 new books that were submitted to my... I need to have a name for it, you know, like a crypt or a library. I don't know, maybe you guys have some ideas for that. So 4 new books to talk about by self-published or independently published authors. And if you want to pick up any of these books, the purchase links will be down in the description. Just a reminder, if you are an independent horror author and you are self-published or independently published, you can submit your book. The link will be down in the description below. If you guys like scary podcasts, especially supernatural podcasts, one of my favorite podcasts is Uncanny. They are doing a summer special and they have this one called Canadian Summer. So you should check it out because it's pretty interesting. They always have these like skeptics on, and I consider myself a skeptic. My personal belief is that it's some kind of physics that we just don't really understand yet, but it's probably not what we think it is. That's just kind of what I think. But on this Canadian Summer one, this family goes to Canada. They stay at this cabin. A whole bunch of crazy stuff happens. You have to listen to the episode. But anyway, the host brings up that one of the guys in the family, he was reading The Shining by Stephen King on the way to this trip. And so the skeptic was like,
well, he was reading Stephen King, so he was primed for a supernatural experience.
And I was just like, lady, if that were the case, I would be reading Stephen King day and night because that is everything that I want. But to be honest, I mean, I read mostly only horror. I watch horror all the time. I'm always looking for ghosts. I hang out at the cemetery. I go to abandoned places. I want the experience, you know? I have one experience that was definitely supernatural, but it was definitely not after reading a scary book or watching a scary movie or anything like that. It just kind of cracks me up because sometimes the skeptics are just always like, it's in your head, it's in your mind. You were tired, you were hungry. And it's like, trust me, I've been really tired and really hungry and really angry and manic and all these other different things, depressed. I never experienced anything spooky. For this video, and I think I'm going to be doing it for the rest of the videos, I asked the patrons on my Patreon to pick a book that we should talk about in this series for this video. I set up a poll with 3 books and all of their synopsises, no author, no title, completely blind, and this is what they picked. It's For Rye by Gavin Gardiner. It's published by Burton Mayer Books, and it is a psychological horror. Thank you so much to the Blood Crones for picking out our tasty bit. The tagline to this book is Who Killed Sylvia Wakefield? So this story is interesting. It features 2 authors who are, I guess, like the main characters of this story, or at least mostly. So let's check it out. The story is about Renata Wakefield, and she is an author, but she is not in a good place. She feels like she wants to unalive herself. And while she's in this terrible state, she finds out that her mother has been murdered, and not just murdered. It looks like it might be some kind of ritualistic murder. In her search to find answers, Renata meets Quentin. Quentin just happens to be the world's leading writer in horror fiction. And he's going to help her. He is going to guide her to see if they can unravel this mystery of her mother's death. Renata's hometown is one of those quaint places that has a ton of secrets, and everybody likes to act like everything's normal on the outside, while there's insanity boiling deep down below. Renata is forced to discover the darkness of her family's history, and it's much darker than she could have ever imagined. And with this information, for Renata, this is very bad news because it's going to awaken something Very, very evil. So this sounds really fun, and I'm wondering, like, world's leading writer of horror fiction. I mean, it has to be like a Stephen King-esque type character, right? Like, it has to be. And what I like about this is, like, the secrets of the town, the secrets of the family. I mean, those are always going to be super salacious. The author also mentioned that this book is going to be for sale at Forbidden Planet stores. So if you'd like to shop there, it should be there soon. Her Infernal Name and Other Nightmares by Robert P. Ottone, or Ottone. This is by Spooky House Press, and this is a body horror. It is a collection of short stories. And it says, from waking fears to heartbreaking nightmares, this collection of short fiction is a glimpse into the terrors we face every day. In The Arborist, a woman hears the mysterious call of the forest. 5 friends exploring an archipelago find themselves set upon by the island's hungry inhabitants in The Monitors. A young woman confronts the mystery of her infertility in Kelly Watch the Stars. And this collection also includes a novella in Her Infernal Name, which is about the cruel intersection of desire and desperation. I think there wasn't there like a news clip or something about some guy who got eaten by his monitor lizards or something? Like, I feel like that wasn't that long ago. The next one is Fear Farm, No Trespassers by S.J. Crandall. This is a psychological horror as well. And that cover is, yeah, it looks scary to me. Yeah, it definitely does. It looks like one of those covers that like a real serial killer would like actually make to write their own book. You know, like it has a good, you know, the vibe is there. So this story is about how people have gone missing in 1 year in this rural area, something that's like deep woods type situation. And it's so bizarre and mysterious that there are just like multiple rumors going on about what's happening, from the undead to weather patterns. There was one survivor who tried to tell their story, but was then just committed. Because of course, like, you can't tell us this horrible story and say that, you know, you're not crazy. But of course, everyone is really interested in this person's story because, you know, why wouldn't you? Everyone's hungry for some kind of explanation as to what's going on. But nothing really comes of it until a young woman who is already obsessed, you know, with these stories. And she starts having these nightmares. And these nightmares begin to feel very real. Do these nightmares mean that this is the past, or they're not hers, or maybe it's her future? Scary things going on in the woods. Yes. I don't know if you guys have heard of this true crime that just recently happened. It was like maybe some months ago, but there is something exactly like this. It's like a rural farm. Women were disappearing. I don't know if there was evidence to prove this was true, but people were saying that the men who lived in this rural farm were, this is so horrible, selling human flesh like on the dark web. But that's what came to my mind as I was like reading this synopsis initially. So this sounds potentially like it could be very terrifying on a lot of levels. At the end of the book, there's also, I guess, some short stories that kind of work with the story, or they come together somehow at the end, which is interesting. The next one that we have is called Sayer Banis. And this is by Anthony Angebretson, or Angebretson. Sorry, let me know how to say it. This is published by Ghost Orchid Press, and this is a folk horror. This is about Genevieve, who has decided to take a vacation to Scotland to reconnect and to relax. When she's out exploring, she finds this lake, and this lake, there's something kind of weird about it. It seems to be holding some kind of dark secret. And not only that, Genevieve finds that she is being haunted by something that's pursuing her and refuses to let go. Maybe even kill her. The author does mention that this pulls from Scottish folklore, and also it's about a fear of lakes. So if you have a fear of lake, you might not want to read this one. The cover has a horse as the shadow of the man, so I wonder, like, you know, is he a man at night and a horse during the day or something? Or Is it water related? I don't know. Could be cool though. I like the cover. It's really pretty. I really like the stories out of all of these, but if I had to pick which one I think that really kind of got my attention, it was like For Rye. I think For Rye sounds, it's just kind of cool. It has that mystery and the small town family secrets. You know what I mean? So these are 4 independent horror books that you should definitely check out. These are straight from the underground. I hope you found something here that you like, and please support these authors. You see something, please pick it up. It'll make their day. You might get a really good read out of this. It's a pretty good gamble. If you like this video, please like and comment down below. Tell me which one of these sounds the most interesting to you, and if you think that Fear Farm book cover is as unsettling as I do. If you would like more videos from me, please hit subscribe. And other than that, please take care of yourselves. Look out for each other, and I will talk to you next time. Oh, and don't forget, if you're a patron, 3 p.m. Sunday,